Have you ever turned on the radio lately, listened to a song that's sitting at #1 on the Billboard charts and thought, are we all being punked? Is this actually the masterpiece the internet is telling me it is? Or have we just lowered our standards to sea level? We're not talking about bad songs. We're talking about those massive, inescapable hits from the last 5 or 6 years, the ones that have taken over the airwaves since 2020. Songs by artists we're practically legally required to worship. But if you dare say, yeah, I think this track is actually pretty lazy, people look at you like you just walked into Sunday service wearing muddy boots. Well, get ready to change the station. Today, I made a list, and I want to break down the most overrated American hit songs of the 2020s so far, and why it's time to finally let them go. Let's start with a song that you literally could not escape if you stepped foot inside a grocery store, a gas station, or a backyard barbecue over the last few years. Morgan Wallen's Last Night. Now, look, Wallen is the undisputed king of modern country pop. He knows how to write a melody that gets stuck in your head like chewing gum on a shoe. But let's be honest about Last Night. Sonically, this isn't a country song. It's a basic pop-R&B loop with a slight southern accent draped over it. The guitar riff is incredibly simple. It feels like something a teenager learns in their first week of guitar lessons. And the lyrics? It's just 3 minutes of a guy sitting on a couch, staring at his phone, whining about a fight with his girlfriend that we've all heard a million times before. But the radio treated this track like it was Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. It spent 25 weeks at the top of the hot country charts. 25 weeks. It's a perfectly fine, average song to listen to while you're cleaning the garage, but the way it was crowned as the definitive country anthem of the decade is wild. It's country music made for people who don't actually like country music. Next up is a track that proved if you scream loud enough during the chorus, people will mistake it for raw emotion. Boone's Beautiful Things. This song was a massive global hit, and on paper you can see why. It starts out very quiet, very intimate, and then, boom, it hits you with this massive, stadium-sized rock chorus where he's practically tearing his vocal cords apart. But here's the problem. The song is a classic case of musical whiplash. The transition from the slow, sleepy verses to the explosive chorus feels incredibly forced. It's designed specifically to be used in 10-second social media clips, rather than to be listened to as a cohesive 5-minute piece of music. If you strip away the dramatic screaming, the actual melody of Beautiful Things is incredibly generic. It sounds like a leftover track from a 2012 indie pop band that got rejected for being too cliché. Yet, it was played on every adult contemporary station until we were all begging for mercy. There's a fine line between passion and just shouting at the microphone, and this song crosses it in the first 30 seconds. If you walked into a bar, a wedding reception, or a sports stadium anytime in 2024 or 2025, you heard this song. You probably danced to it. You might even have sung along. But let's be real about Shaboozey's A Bar Song, Tipsy. This track is the ultimate musical cheat code. Why? Because it is entirely built on the back of a 20-year-old hip-hop hit. It takes the melody and the core hook of Jaquan's 2004 club anthem, Tipsy, slaps an acoustic guitar on it, adds a few hand claps, and pretends it's a brand new country folk crossover. It's not a song, it's a nostalgia trap. It's designed in the lab to get people who are 3 beers deep to point their fingers in the air and yell. But when you listen to it sober, at home, without the distraction of a crowded bar, you realize how incredibly thin it is. The verses are practically non-existent, the vocal delivery is a bit lazy, and the lyrics are just a list of cliché drinking tropes. It's a fun gimmick, but the fact that it sat at #1 on the Billboard charts for nearly 40 weeks is proof that sometimes we value familiarity over actual songwriting. Now, the 4th song on my list is a song that won Grammys, broke streaming records, and was hailed as the ultimate anthem of female empowerment. Miley Cyrus's Flowers. Now, Miley has one of the best, most versatile gravelly voices in modern American music. But Flowers is perhaps the most uninspiring song she has ever released. First of all, this song is a literal mirror image of Bruno Mars's When I Was Your Man. It takes his lyrics, flips them into a self-love anthem, and sets it to a rhythm track that is a direct copy of Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. It is a song built entirely on musical recycling. There is nothing fresh or original about the production. It's a safe, mid-tempo disco pop jog that never actually goes anywhere. There's no climax, no big vocal moment, and no surprise. It just plods along for 3 minutes like a treadmill workout. We all cheered for it because of the celebrity drama surrounding her divorce, but as an actual piece of music, it's elevator music dressed up as a feminist manifesto. Finally, we have to talk about the song that has been dominating the airwaves for the last several months. Ella Langley's Choosin' Texas. At this point, Langley is the new darling of country radio, and this track has spent weeks sitting comfortably at the top of the Billboard Hot 100. And look, the moody, cinematic production is great. It sounds like a dusty, modern-day Western film. But can we talk about how incredibly melodramatic this song is? The lyrics treat a standard breakup like it's a historic battle fought on the plains of the Alamo. It's a classic case of over-the-top modern country songwriting, where every single line is packed with heavy-handed metaphors about dirt, trucks, and geographical loyalty. But what really makes it overrated is the sheer exhaustion of the Texas pride trope in modern country music. We get it. Texas is a big state with a lot of history. But at this point, writing a song about choosing Texas over a relationship feels like using a template. It's highly polished, beautifully produced, but emotionally, it feels like it was written by a committee of marketing executives who knew exactly which buzzwords would get played on Dallas radio. Here's the honest truth. None of these artists are untalented. You don't get to the top of the charts in the 2020s without having some serious muscle behind you, whether it's vocal talent, stage presence, or incredible marketing. But modern music has a habit of finding one specific formula that works, and then beating us over the head with it until we've all been hypnotized into thinking it's a masterpiece. We buy the records, we stream the songs, and we nod our heads because these tracks are comfortable. They sound like things we've heard before, and they don't challenge us. But music shouldn't just be wallpaper. It should make you feel something real, not just serve as background noise for your commute. So give me your honest opinion about this video, and let me know in the comments below which massive hit from the last few years you are secretly tired of pretending to love.